My dear friends, today I will be discussing about the sign symptoms as well as clinical features of constrictive pericarditis. Now, constrictive pericarditis means there is a thickened or fibrosed or hardening of pericardium, and because of that, it constricts the function of heart. So, constrictive pericarditis is nothing but the thickening or hardening or fibrosis of pericardium, which ultimately leads to the abnormal heart function or prevent the heart from function normally. Now, because of pericarditis which is not treated or untreated pericarditis, if remain persists for longer time without any medical intervention, then it may lead to chronic pericarditis due to fibrosis as well as thickening of the pericardium. And pericardium is the outermost covering of the heart, and it plays important role in decreasing the friction during the diastolic expansion of heart during the phase of diastole of the cardiac cycle. Now, constrictive pericarditis is one of the important curable risk factor for development of diastolic heart failure in future. Also, the diagnosis of constrictive pericarditis is not so much easy because there is a confusion, or we may confuse with restrictive cardiomyopathy as well as cardiac tamponade, both of which can lead to diastolic dysfunction of heart. So constrictive cardiomyopathy also leads to diastolic dysfunction of heart, and also the restrictive cardiomyopathy and the cardiac tamponade also leads to diastolic dysfunction of heart. So diagnosis of constrictive pericarditis may be a bit difficult because we have to differentiate it from restrictive cardiomyopathy as well as cardiac tamponade. Now, there are many risk factors of constrictive cardiomyopathy. Of this, idiopathic constrictive cardiomyopathy is also one of the important risk factors beside viral infection, tubercular infection, post radiotherapy, post radio surgery, or post CTBS surgery. Even after heart attack also, there is a increased risk of getting constrictive pericarditis. Beside chronic pericarditis or untreated pericarditis or incomplete drainage of purulent pus from the pericardium can also another important causes or etiology of causing constrictive pericarditis. Now, because of unregular suffering from chronic pericarditis, or if the pericarditis is not treated with therapy, then with time it leads to thickening of the pericardium or hardening of the pericardium or fibrosis of the pericardium, and because of that the pericardium become stiff and it does not move during the phases of cardiac cycle. That's why during the diastole of the heart, when the heart should undergo expansion or diastolic expansion, this diastolic expansion is prevented by the thickened or fibrosed pericardium. And because of that, what we will see, there is a defect in or decrease in the ventricular filling as well as decrease in the end diastolic volume, which ultimately leads to the decrease in cardiac output of the heart. Thus, thickened or fibrosed pericardium or constrictive pericarditis is responsible for lowering the ejection fraction as well as cardiac output, and it may complicate to diastolic heart failure in future. So, one of the important echocardiographic finding in constrictive pericarditis is diastolic dysfunction, which may convert to diastolic heart failure in future. And there are many diagnostic tools of this: chest X-ray, then echocardiography, beside cardiac MRI and CT scan can also help in diagnosis of constrictive pericarditis. Now we must know something about the sign symptoms of the constrictive pericarditis. So there are many sign symptoms of the constrictive pericarditis. Some of the sign symptoms may be because of failing heart or increased risk of diastolic heart failure. So some sign symptoms may be there which may be because of diastolic heart failure that will or that have started because of chronic constrictive pericarditis. So number one clinical feature may be low grade fever. Low grade fever may be there. This is because it may happen that the constrictive pericarditis is associated with chronic pericarditis. So still some pericarditis or inflammation of pericarditis may be there and which may be associated with low grade fever. Even post viral infection may be responsible. So because of viral infection there may be low grade fever. Second important clinical feature is chest pain. Chest pain may be there because if there is pericarditis as well as if there is a inflammation of pericardium, because inflamed pericardium will stretch the pericardium and ultimately it will increase the pain sensitivity. So chest pain may be there which may be related towards the back or towards the neck, or it may be a stabbing chest pain, may be of acute or it may be dull also, depending on the situation whether it is acute pericardial pain or chronic pericardial pain. Besides, there may be sign symptom of fatigue. The person or the individual or the patient may suffer from or may complain of fatigue. This is because constrictive pericarditis is associated with diastolic dysfunction, and because of that the cardiac output or pumping action of the heart, in spite of being normal, the cardiac output is less, and that's why the proper amount of blood or normal amount of blood cannot be supplied throughout the whole body, and that's why because of decrease in the cardiac function there is fatigue, as the body, various parts of the body are not getting the proper amount of blood because heart cannot pump out the blood because the end diastolic volume is very much less because of diastolic dysfunction of the heart. Besides, there may be dyspnea, difficulty in breathing. This is because of diastolic dysfunction there is more accumulation of blood towards the left atrium, give a back pressure, and ultimately there may be pulmonary hypertension or accumulation of blood in the pulmonary circulation which may cause pulmonary hypertension leading to dyspnea. Besides, there may be leg swelling or swelling of the dependent parts of the body. This may be because of diastolic dysfunction. There may be some early stage of diastolic heart failure and the amount of blood coming out from the heart is very less, and because of that it is sensed by the renin-angiotensin system, lead to the more secretion of angiotensin 2, which is a potent vasoconstrictor, as well as which secrete aldosterone, which is responsible for sodium and water retention and leads to edema in the dependent parts of the body. So leg swelling or edema may be there, which may be because of accumulation of fluid in the dependent part of the body and which may be very early stage of heart failure, which may show that in future constrictive pericarditis may lead to diastolic heart failure. Besides, there may be general weakness because the heart cannot function normally because of low cardiac output. So because of abnormal heart function, so there may be systemic or general weakness. So these are the various clinical features or sign symptoms of constrictive pericarditis, and these most of the sign symptoms may be because of diastolic dysfunction or inability of the pericardium to relax during the diastolic relaxation of the heart, and heart cannot undergo diastolic relaxation or expansion, and that's why it cannot accommodate ventricular filling. That's why there is a decrease in the ventricular filling leading to decrease in the end diastolic volume, and ultimately cardiac output will fall because of that. So all these factors may lead to various sign symptoms of the disease like fatigue, swollen abdomen, swelling of the legs, then general weakness, then chest pain, low grade fever, and so on. So these are the various sign symptoms as well as clinical features of constrictive pericarditis. Thank you very much. And there are many complications of constrictive pericarditis, and one of these is heart failure, especially diastolic heart failure may occur. Constrictive pericarditis may lead to pericardial calcification. It may lead to pericardial thickening. It may lead to diastolic dysfunction. It also leads to diastolic heart failure and even systolic heart failure also. So these are the various complications of constrictive pericarditis.